Welcome into another episode of the Beach Please podcast. I'm Danielle here with Lenore.
Hello, hello.
Glad to have y'all joining us today. All right,
Yes.
We have a great guest that's going to be joining us soon. You've probably seen him, heard of him. He's been living in Myrtle Beach for 3 decades. JBlack also does a lot of JBlack out and about. So we're going to learn a lot of cool stuff today from Jason.
Yeah, he's got a lot of stories and just a lot of information. So I think we're going to learn a little bit about everything from Jason, hopefully today.
Yeah, he's like the Myrtle Beach guy. So he's a great person to talk to about like, hey, where are some good spots to go in Myrtle Beach? Or, you know, if you're just trying to figure out things about Myrtle Beach, like what direction are we headed? What's going on in Myrtle Beach? You know, he's always willing to talk to you about it and give some good information.
Yeah, definitely out and about. That is one thing we can say about Jason. And don't ever call him an influencer.
Right.
He is not that.
He is not an influencer. He just truly loves just going to these local businesses and giving them shout outs and just showing people like, hey, did you know this was in our community? If not, you know now. That's just what he's all about.
Yeah.
So, and I met him. He used to work at the boathouse for many years, so you probably maybe knew him from there. That's where I first met him back in 2020. So, and now you just see him out and about a lot.
Yeah. No, excited to hear from him today.
For sure. So we're glad he's coming on the podcast. And of course, y'all know we always like to start off mentioning a really good drink you should try from a local spot. So I know the one today is coffee. Take it away.
Yes, we're talking about Hakaya Cafe. And for those that don't know, they're fairly new, but they're over by the Walmart in a plaza off of Beaver Run Road. So go check them out, support local. The drink this week is called the Hakaya Signature, and it is a Yemen coffee with ginger cream and cinnamon. They're known for the special Hakaya coffee, which is a blend of coffee beans roasted in a certain way. But they also offer lattes, refreshers, smoothies, milkshakes. They have crepes and waffles. Like, you can get food and a great drink there. They are there to share stories while enjoying the welcoming atmosphere. And their message is coffee is not just a drink, it is an experience. And I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. So I spent a few hours there because I actually worked from there one day. And I'm sure from the video that's popping up, they kind of like gave me like a really like behind the scenes. They were making me a lot of cool stuff. So the Yemen coffee was a first for me. It was amazing. Like,
is it
go get
strong?
it.
Like,
yeah,
tell me about
it's more. So I was trying to get to like learn more about it while I was there. Yes, it is known as being stronger, but like the taste of it, like it wasn't anything like crazy. Like when I first took a sip of it, I was like, oh my God, like this is life changing. Like
Wow.
I recommend that like a lot. I also tried a crepe. It's delicious, and they're very like creative. Like the presentation is insane, like the way they present the coffee and the dishes and even like the decorations in there. It's just they really put a lot of thought into that place, and it's so good.
Well, good. Love places like that.
So shout out to them, Hakaya Cafe. Make sure you go and check them out. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. So how to give them a shout out today. And I think now we're gonna bring in our guest.
Let's bring them out.
Joining us now is our guest, Jason Black. You probably heard of him, JBlack out and about, but not an influencer. What do we call you, Jason?
Jason Black.
He is Jason Black to the people out there. You've probably seen him on social media because he's all out and about supporting local businesses. So welcome to the podcast,
How are
Jason.
you? Thank
Doing
you for
great.
having me.
Yeah, glad to have him on today. All right, so let's just dive right into it. Everyone knows you as you love to support our small businesses. You're always out and about at them. Tell me what got you interested in that and how you started to do that.
It's funny. I don't know what got me involved in it. I've always had a passion for the area, and I know how pivotal it is for small businesses to get exposure. And for whatever reason, people have paid attention to me, and I've developed a following. And I say that not being arrogant, just being factual. I think probably because of my history with the boathouse. But I realized that people were paying attention to where I would go or what I was doing. So I thought, well, why not take advantage of that to help promote a small business? They need all the help they can get, in a good economy, in a bad economy, whatever. So that's actually what got me started into it.
Yeah.
And then I realized, actually, I kind of like this. I had a medical issue in 2021, which you know about, and I won't go into detail on that, but that caused me to have a life reset. And I realized that this is something that I can do, and I've got a passion to do it. I enjoy doing it. And why not take advantage of it?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people know you from the boathouse. That's how I met Jason, originally from the boathouse, and then you had what happened to you. And then after that, I feel like now people are starting to know you from your videos and you just being that small business advocate. So obviously, we want people to come to Myrtle Beach and we want them to have the best experience ever. We want them to go to the best spots when they're here. And I feel like you're really passionate about that as well. Please come back. We want to give you the best time. Can we touch on that? What can we do to make sure people come here, have a great time, and want to continue coming back to visit us?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
And through my eyes, and this is a double-edged sword, I'm not a big fan or advocate of chain restaurants, chain businesses. Granted, they employ locals, they're owned by locals a lot of the times, but I am a true mom and pop small business fan, and I think that they need the attention because they're typically hidden gems. And I think that's something that I want to convey the messaging on is to, Tom and Sarah and the kids that are coming down from Ohio. They don't know what's going on here. And if they were to stumble on my page for whatever reason, I would like to get the information out to them so that they could see and experience places that I would go visit,
I think what you were talking about, though, is interesting, the chain restaurants, because it is a double-edged sword. You have the finances to be able to have this restaurant open for the local community to work at.
Right.
And float for a while. And then the mom and pop ones, a season can make or break them. So...
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm a big, big proponent on small business, support local, but we also need those large businesses to employ our people. So what do you do? What do you do to support?
I wish I had the magic wand. I really do. I don't know what in a perfect world, I would love to see equal support for everybody, but we don't live in a perfect world, unfortunately. So, I'm always going to root for the underdog every single time. Good, bad, indifferent. Even if I don't like the underdog, I'm going to root for the underdog because that's just how I am.
Yeah. So touching on the magic wand thing to Myrtle Beach, if you had a magic wand, what would your ideal Myrtle Beach look like?
A lot different than it does now.
Yeah.
And I say that not in a bad way, but I'm going to go down the steps of time.
That's why you're here.
So I've lived here over 3 decades. And I remember when I came down here, I graduated high school in 1989. So in the late 80s, early 90s, Myrtle Beach did not look like it looks now.
True.
The boulevard did not look like it does now. The area has grown significantly, and I'm all for the growth, controlled growth. But what I'm seeing now, or what I'm not seeing now, is actually the way I should phrase it, is I'm not seeing the inundation of families in the area like we used to. And I think that's very unfortunate because I don't know what the room count has increased to over the years, but I know we've got more hotel rooms, more like condo-tels and whatnot, Airbnbs and whatnot. But I just don't see that. I don't see that family. I don't see the mass visit of families. I think that would be the thing that I would focus on change. And I know that there has been discussion in local politics, and I won't name names or anything. But one of the visions is to bring back and focus on the visitor experience. And I think that's important. Take Las Vegas, for example. Vegas is phenomenal, but Vegas has issues too, and when I go, I don't see those issues because I don't focus on them. I'm there to have a good time. I'm there to enjoy Vegas. I'm there to enjoy everything that Vegas has to offer. And I think Myrtle Beach is no different. We've got a lot of things to do. And talking about going in a Wayback Machine, looking at what we have now, the restaurants and whatnot, just different things. The area has grown tremendously, and I'm all about that. I like it. There's a lot of things to do. Just looking at the Myrtle Beach Pelicans, for example. We never had that. We didn't have that when I moved down here. So the dinner shows and things like that. There's all kind of things to do.
Yeah, there really is.
Here's a question. We have CCMF coming this weekend. You hear a lot about people saying, like, I want the pavilion back. When it was the pavilion, it was a family location, and Burroughs and Chapin took that away, and the cities allowed it, and all of this. What do we need to do in order to bring back families? Do we need another pavilion? Do we need something different?
That's a very good question. And the pavilion is a hot button subject, no matter how you bring it up. The pavilion going away is a business decision. Yeah. I get it. Do I agree with it from the nostalgic standpoint? No. But from a business standpoint, when it costs more to operate a business than the business brings in, you're not going to operate at a net loss. Not for long anyway. Exactly. So I understand why BNC shut the pavilion down, and at the time they had Broadway at the Beach that was going to open. There was a major shift because they wanted Broadway at the Beach to be the spotlight, so to speak. And I understand why it was done. I'm glad that some of those rides are now at Broadway, but Broadway will never replace the Ocean Boulevard scene. It's just you can't replicate that. Sure. You can't replicate the sounds, the sights, the smell. I went down the Boulevard a month and a half ago or so, and it was the first nice day we had, and it was like 75 degrees. If you want to say that's nice. But when you've been cold all winter, it was nice.
Wonderful.
So I'm walking down, and I'm like, it actually smells like summer. It's invigorating, and you can't replicate that at Broadway, at Barefoot, at Brook Green Gardens.
Just something about being right there on the ocean. Like that was our advantage right there. You don't see that everywhere. And I mean, I love Broadway at the Beach is great. I mean, all these other places that are not on the ocean are great, but that was something, I mean, you don't get that everywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
so
without steering way off course, but I feel like it plays into what I'm going to say. There's been a lot of focus on the A&I district lately, and I'll let that be what it is. People don't come to the beach for the A&I district. They don't come to say, oh, Nance Plaza, let's go check it out. Let's go check out. I won't name businesses because I'm not giving them the plug. I'm not knocking them. I'm not saying anything good or bad. But people come down here for the beach. That is our number one attraction. And that piece of water, that body of water is up and down the East Coast. Myrtle Beach has got to do something to differentiate itself from any other beach area, from Daytona Beach, Pensacola, Virginia Beach, Curie Beach, Curie, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's cure or curie, but it's spelled Kure. So to me, it's cure. But we've got to do something to really set ourselves apart. And going back to that pavilion, the pavilion was something that set us apart because not everybody had that. Well, we've got the Sky Wheel, we've got some things down, we've got Family Kingdom. When Family Kingdom, if anybody listening to the podcast or watching has never been, I highly suggest it going. Yep. It is the longest running amusement park here in the area. And I think the Swamp Fox is, if I'm not mistaken, the Swamp Fox roller coaster is turning 60 this year, if I'm not mistaken. That says something.
Yeah.
I mean, so, and it's still here. So I have to give Bill Prescott and his crew major props for investing so heavily in the South End area, because the South End has gone, in my opinion, has been neglected like the redheaded stepchild for decades. And going back into the whole political thing, I feel like the South End of Myrtle Beach has been underrepresented the entirety of the time I've lived here. And the focus for redevelopment, or for development and redevelopment, has been on the North End, because that's where the power players live. And it shouldn't be that way. And maybe it's that way in other towns, and I just don't know that because I don't live in other towns. I live here.
No, I look at the South End too. I live in the South End, so I completely agree with what you're saying. That's what people see when they're coming in. I'm excited about going to the beach. I'm excited bringing my family. If that's the first thing I see, like someone, I don't know who, somebody out there needs to really focus on that, and from the lens of the visitor of, hey, we're pulling in. Is this really what we want to represent? So
100%. I've actually heard conversations about that very thing. The 501 corridor. That's the first thing you see when you coming into the beach. And 501 is unfortunately is the wrong word to use, but is the major corridor. And, when you come in and the first thing you see is when you approach 3rd Avenue, as soon as you cross the Intercoastal Bridge, you come down, cross 17 bypass, or you go under 17 bypass rather, and then you got strip malls, then you got the X-rated whatever.
Yeah.
That's a great thing to see when, hey, little Timmy, what are you looking at?
Yeah. XXX.
Yeah. What is XXX? But that has been a subject of conversation as well. And, unfortunately, the zoning allows it, and it is what it is. Things can be done to improve that, but it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time. And I know that they're aware of it. So
yeah, you cannot not be aware of it when everyone's taking 501 and all of that. But shout out to anyone who wants to represent the South End. It definitely needs it. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I think there is a stigma on it. Because even I'll have people that will text me when they're maybe like coming to stay here, and they'll be like, "Is this area safe?
Yeah.
Is this because it'll be more because the South End has that name to it?" But I feel like we're heading in the right direction. I mean, because I've driven down it recently, and I can see little things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's new.
There's been a lot
that's
of
new.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
that have been cleaned up or renovated.
I have a friend who is in, I don't know exactly what department he's in, but it has something to do with code enforcement and construction. They have actively been pursuing closing a lot of the eyesore hotels. I didn't realize how long it took to actually get a property condemned and torn down.
Wow.
I mean, you're talking 6 years to get the ball not to get the ball in motion. The ball was in motion for 6 years, and I can't remember the name of the hotel that just came down last year. Everybody was so ecstatic about. It's like Coral Sands may have been. It was like Fifth Avenue South. I think it was Fifth Avenue in that general vicinity. But that was like a 6 or 7 year project, you know. And they're aware that these things need to take place, but it's the legal process. And that's a story in itself, you know. That's a different conversation for a different day. But like you were saying, there has been development with new construction down there, renovations and whatnot, and it does look a lot better than it did. And I think that momentum will continue, you know, over the next several years. So we got that to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from conversations you've had with, I guess, like key people in the community, you truly feel like we're in a good spot. We're headed where we want to be headed.
I do. I have full confidence in the current mayor. Full confidence. I'd like to see some city council members changed. I don't believe in career politicians. There are council members that have been serving for 20 years. Not saying that they're bad people, not at all. But you know, let somebody with some different vision come into play. You know, we've seen the trend over the last 20 years. Let's change that trend. If you don't like something, you gotta change it.
Yeah.
So
I feel that.
this is my take.
Yeah, I feel that. All right, well, we've talked about all these Myrtle Beach things. So you said you lived here 3 decades. I didn't even know that. I just found that out. So, I mean, you've been here for forever, you know? Tell me so something's keeping you here. You like living here. What do you love? Like, what is it? Because I moved back here because I love this area so much. You live here. We all live here for a reason. Something's keeping us here. We're drawn to it. So 3 decades. What do you love about the Grand Strand, Myrtle Beach? What is it?
I think I would rephrase that question and say, Jason, what do you not like about here? And the answer is there's nothing that I don't like.
Yeah.
You know,
there you go.
I just love living here. You know, I can get out of my recliner and be toes in the sand within 6 minutes.
Yeah,
I live
can't beat it.
Literally 2 miles from the beach.
Yeah.
Asking me how many times I've been to the beach in the last 5 years.
That's such a same.
Just people will say, "What do you mean you live at the beach? You don't?" And I don't eat seafood. That's a different story too. I know, gasp. I eat shrimp. That's it. But anyway, you live at the beach. You don't go to the beach. Well, no, I don't. I don't like sand. I don't like the sweat. I don't like noisy kids. Don't mean if anybody, if you got kids, whatever. I'm not targeting your kids. I'm talking about everybody else's kids.
Yeah, just someone else.
So, there's nothing that I enjoy about going to the beach, but I love it. Yeah, I love living here. I love knowing that if I want to go, I can. Within 5 minutes, I can be there. Like I said, what's not to like? You know,
Yeah.
If I want to be. If for whatever reason I've got a wild hair and I want to go to the mountains, well, in 4 hours I can be in the mountains. What's not to love?
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, because the Carolina, like that's the special part about like living in the Carolinas. You got the coast, you got the mountains, a little bit of everything. But I feel like that's so true for like locals. Like the beach, like I think we all kind of live close to the beach, like where we all live. The beach is right there, and sometimes like a week will go by, maybe more than a week, and like we won't even like see it. But it's like the comfort of it being there. There's just something about that feeling. I guess it's like if you know type of thing. Mm-hmm. Knowing like you can hop in your car and it's right there. Like I don't know what it is, but it's just like a special, like a warmth or something. I don't know.
No, I'm the same way. I take my golf cart to the beach all the time, but I don't go on the beach. I'll drink a beer on the boardwalk and look at the beach. But you're not going to get me out there laying in the sand or anything like that.
You know, you bring up a very good thing, talking about the boardwalk. I don't mind going to the boardwalk. I'll go and walk around down there all day. But I'm not going to go and I'm not going to get walk down on the beach. That's just not my thing. So
I like laying out on the beach. I like the sand. I'll go jump and dive in the waves and all that stuff. But am I on the beach every single day? No. Do I wish I had the life where I could just like be on the beach every single day and live in this little tiki hut? Heck yeah. Maybe in the future. But yes, I am the kind. I'll lay out on the beach, not every day, but when it's a good day and I'm off work, I mean, you're probably gonna catch me there.
Yeah.
I think that's where I'm most pessimistic is when people are like, oh, I want to move to Myrtle Beach because I love the beach and I would be there. And it's like, and I'm from Florida, so it's the same with Florida, right? Oh, if I lived in Florida, I'd go to Walt Disney every day. No, because you have to work.
Yeah.
Right.
Literally, it's different when you work.
Well, and that's a very good segue. There's a distinct difference between vacationing here and living here. I live where millions of people a year vacation, and I love it. I wouldn't change it. Obviously, I haven't for 35 years, but it's different when you live here. And I guess you get comfortable in knowing that you can do this, you can do that, you can do the other thing. You can do it whenever you want to. You just get complacent and you just don't.
Yeah. And it is the grind living here. Like a lot of people that live here are in the service industry.
Yeah.
That is their income, and it's sometimes really good, sometimes maybe really bad. So, I mean, people that are living here are working their butts off. So we have a very hardworking community, that's for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Depend on us in the winter going out and visiting them.
Yeah, it's so important. Like, please go to these like local restaurants and local spots during the winter. Coming from someone that worked in a local restaurant during the winter, go visit them because it goes a long way.
Absolutely.
Jason, well, we're going to play a little game to end everything, like a fun little Myrtle Beach. I'll ask you a few questions. It's fun. Look at him. He's like, oh, God, what is she going to do? But before that, Facebook. I know it's JBlack out and about. I mean, that's basically, people are like, oh, where's he going today? Like, should they just follow you there?
They can follow me at JBlack out and about or just Jason Black, either one, because I mean, both accounts. But I post more on my personal account. And then I do any videos and whatnot. I use the JBlack out and about. I use that as my video resource.
Gotcha. And he has his Grand Strand TV shirt on. You've been doing stuff with them too, which is really cool.
Yeah.
What was the most recent parade down there by the boardwalk? What was that?
Shriners Parade.
I saw you there.
Turn up.
And
standing in the middle of the street.
He was in the middle of the street and almost got ran over by a guy on a motorcycle. Like, he was so close to hitting you. I'm like, oh, my God, he's going to take him out at the knees.
So, it's funny thing about that. I also did the fall Shriners Parade, standing in the middle of the road. And if I'm not mistaken, this sounds arrogant. I don't know. Maybe they did almost hit me. Maybe it was intentional. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Maybe they recognized me and realized. Yeah. I knew I'd see that guy again.
He's always out here with his phone. God.
Yeah. But the Shriners Parade, I love it. That's such a vibe. And I believe in their mission statement. Helping children. Like I believe in that 1,000%. So
awesome. Just one of the many things going on in the Myrtle Beach area. I mean, that's one thing. We're always gonna have something to do.
Absolutely.
I mean, always. So if you like to I feel like I like the city. I like the country, but I don't want to live so far out in the country where there's nothing to do. But sometimes the city can get overwhelming. I feel like we have a balance here.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we do. Like, you can get both because you can live on the outskirts or you can live more towards the,
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
I can go along with that.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. That's just my personal thought. You get a little bit of best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah, Hannah Montana, shout out.
I started to say.
All right, let's play our little game. Even though this question, you say you didn't like seafoods, this is going to be interesting. So 5 questions here, rapid fire, just first thing that comes to your mind.
Oh, man.
Seafood buffet or steakhouse?
Do I have to name the business or?
We want to know.
We love when people actually say which restaurant. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't eat seafood. I eat shrimp. I like prime rib. I'm not really a buffet fan, but Krabby Mike's in Surfside. That's number one. They have prime rib on the buffet, and they have a standalone menu. I can show you the pictures if you like. Their prime rib is phenomenal. Their dessert bar is phenomenal. Steak, I'm a fan of. Bistro 90 is probably my favorite steakhouse. I like Roland. He's a very hands-on owner, takes pride in what he does, and it shows. A lot of people like New York Prime. I've never been a fan of New York Prime.
I've been there one time. I had a good experience there.
I mean, I hear people all the time, rave about it. It just didn't hit for me.
Yeah.
Not knocking it, but all right. So we said seafood, steak. What was the other?
So it was either seafood buffet or steakhouse, like your go-to. But you said you could get steak at a seafood buffet place, which I didn't even think about that. So that's actually and that
That's
place is
best of both worlds. There we go.
Yeah, best of both worlds. Good God. Okay, see, we learned something on this podcast. Okay, what instantly tells you someone is a tourist?
I want to go down to the Strip. The what? It's the Boulevard, man. Come on.
Oh, sorry. It's the Strip to millennials, people my age. We've always called it the Strip. I'm sorry.
Can we cut my microphone off now? I'm leaving.
And honestly, that might be my
generation.
I think that's my generation that did that, maybe. Sorry, y'all.
Is it like the Vegas Strip?
I don't know why we call it the Strip. Like, when we came down here after high school graduation, Strip, we going to the Strip.
So, but see, you think about what you just said.
Yeah.
When we came down here,
Yeah.
you asked me how you can distinguish when somebody's from here when they're not.
Yeah.
You called it the Strip. Thanks for reiterating my point.
Yeah. So, but now that I live here, and when people say it, it's kind of funny to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, LOL, oh gosh, they don't know much about the area. Yep, very true. Okay, what's a restaurant you defend with your life? Something you're like, this place will hit no matter what. I don't care what it looks like.
That's a very good question. The first thing that popped in my mind is Harry's Breakfast Pancakes. The second thing that pops in my mind is 39th Avenue Bar and Grill, sushi on the north end. Bistro 90, I named it earlier. So, all right. Yeah, I would pretty much die on the hill for any of them.
Awesome. All right. Some good recommendations right there. Okay. I mean, this kind of goes with what I asked already, but it's a little bit different. So the most Myrtle Beach thing you've seen. Yeah. I mean, this is going to be from a local. We doing stuff out here.
Kenny Powers.
What?
Kenny Powers.
Explain. Go into more detail.
I'm trying to think of the show. Eastbound and Down. Was that the name of the show? I can't think the main actor's name, but God.
Oh, McBride.
Yes. Danny McBride.
That's it.
I don't know. That is the most Myrtle Beach thing I can think of.
If you want a representation of Myrtle Beach, watch Eastbound and Down.
Well, not an accurate representation.
A parody.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely say it's a parody.
Okay.
I really don't I don't know what a serious answer would be for that. I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't often get stumped totally, but I don't have an answer for that. I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't know what the most Myrtle Beach thing would be.
Okay. Well, if you end up having one, let us know.
I'll text you. Three
Picture
o'clock in the morning. I'll text you. Oh yeah, by the way.
By the way, this is it. Edit that in, please.
This text is the most Myrtle Beach.
3 decades and nothing? What is this? All right, this is an interesting one for you because you're all about small business supporting local. Are you gatekeeping these local spots, or are you recommending them to people that visit?
I recommend it. I don't gatekeep. I recommend.
Yep.
Because how can I show support if I gatekeep?
True.
That's counterproductive.
Yeah.
We've seen so many places too that have shut down that were that one hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
I can't believe
the more
they
you can get
yeah.
people in there, the better for the business. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, Jason. Well, good stuff. We appreciate you coming on the podcast. Look at him on his phone.
Multitasking.
What I was doing was
Texting
I
you
was
the most Myrtle Beach thing.
bringing up my referral list. You know, I've got copy and paste for all my referrals
Wow.
in my notepad.
Oh, look at
So
that.
if somebody needs some,
If somebody
Service.
if somebody's asking for a question, you know, asking for a service, electrician, plumber, whatever, I've got it set up, and you know, I've got it set up so I can copy and paste it real quick.
there you go.
Cool. All right. Well, Jason, JBlack out and about. Find him on Facebook. If someone tries to add you as a friend on your personal, are you going to accept it if you don't know them?
They can follow me.
Okay.
Yeah, you just click the follow button.
Yeah, like I think we're friends. Are y'all friends yet? You got to add them.
I don't know.
All right. Well, she's going to add you now. You got to accept her friend
Sounds
request
good.
now. Yeah. Yeah,
I'll
but
follow.
or just give a follow. Just give a follow. All right, everyone, and thanks for tuning in for another episode of Beach Please podcast. We will see y'all next time.